my friends, how you doing today? I am doing well. Hallelujah. Well, hallelujah.
You should have saved me some.
Doing well. I'm doing good today. I'm doing good because I had a crazy messed up day yesterday. Listen to me. Being a collector, sometimes it's not fun. Sometimes idiots throw monkey wrenches in your works and mess you all up, and it causes a whole cycle of craziness. Okay, listen, you're supposed to have faith and trust that everything's gonna happen good, everything's gonna be good or whatever. But every once in a while, somebody throws a monkey wrench in the works and messes you all up. I've been collecting CDs and vinyl and stuff lately. Listen, I don't even have a record player, but I'm collecting vinyl. Okay, so don't listen. That's a whole other video all to itself. But because I'm a big Taylor Swift fan, let me make this very clear. I've been specifically just collecting just Taylor Swift vinyl. Okay, so I needed cases to put this vinyl in. I needed some kind of storage so that way they don't get crushed or destroyed. You can't stack vinyl. I've been doing it. Listen, I am a research whore. I do a lot of research. Let me tell you something right now. Before I make a purchase, before I do anything, I research. I watch a lot of YouTube videos. I Google things, and I learned from not being a record collector that you don't stack records because I guess it puts pressure on the grooves, and after years causes damage to the records. Now, I'm never going to open these records. I don't even plan on buying a record player. I have no ambition to buy a record player whatsoever. I ain't spending a lot of money on a record player, and those little tiny box ones there, I bought one of those a while back, and they're junk, okay? Not only do they scratch the crap out of your records and ruin your records, but they're kind of just a novelty item for kids. They do have some really, really good high-end box record players, but the ones that I was buying, the Vistarola or whatever the heck it was junk, okay? Literally, the cartridge was made out of plastic and had the little needle on it. Put the record on, had a terrible sound. You got these little crappy speakers in the front. I put the thing instantly down in the basement. I was like, I'll never put another record on anything again. I'm not going to destroy my records. But I needed these boxes, these record cases. They have like a little name thing tag on the side. They're really, really nice. And they snap together. They come flat and folded, and you snap them together, and they make a nice box. And they hold over 70-something records, which I don't have a ton of records, so this is perfect for me. Everything was perfect. So I get a message saying, okay, your record holders, your 2 record holders were delivered. I go outside, they're not delivered. I check my video footage, see if somebody stole my mail off the porch. It was never delivered. I go on eBay. eBay has the tracking, and I'm looking at the tracking, and it says shipped here, went here, and was delivered in my hometown. Does not say my specific address. Doesn't say my specific address. Just says my hometown. And my hometown's kind of big. You know, it's a big place, okay? So it could have been delivered anywhere around here. But nowhere it didn't get delivered to me. Okay, that's where it didn't get delivered, to me. So what I did is I went on, it was delivered by UPS. So I went on the UPS tracking, looking at their list too. All right, label was made. It went from here, and it was delivered to my hometown. Once again, no address. My address was not there. It just said my hometown. It said the name of the hometown. And I'm like, once again, this is a big place. But on UPS.com, if you put in your zip code, you can get a picture of the house that it was delivered to. So I click on the picture thing and whatever, and it's a yellow house that looks like it's about ready to fall down. And also, the package was about this big on the porch in a bag. About this big. These boxes that I'm buying are about this big. Okay, they come in a box about. I got 6 of them, so they come in a box about this big. You know, you can't fit them in a package this big. So this was definitely some kind of scam. Okay, I was being scammed. Okay, it got delivered maybe to a drop. This is where my watching a lot of scammer stuff on YouTube comes into play. This may be very well just a drop off spot. Like they may actually have a home in my area where they just so the deal is with eBay is if the seller provides a tracking number and the tracking number says that the item was delivered, eBay automatically closes your case. That is crazy. eBay sucks, okay? When it comes to that, you know what? I'm calling you out, eBay. That was bull, okay? That was complete crap what you did to me, okay? I was on the phone with a lady for about an hour the day prior, and she's like, "Don't worry about it, sir. We have your money back guarantee. We got your guarantee. We got your guarantee. Because you purchased from us and it's under the guarantee, you're gonna get your money back. So if the seller doesn't get in contact with us again, if you don't find out where your item is, you're gonna get your money back. Don't worry about it, sir." I mean, she was just giving me reinforcement after reinforcement after reinforcement. Don't worry, we got you. Next day, I get a message from eBay. Case is closed. Seller provided tracking number. So I'm like, okay, idiots. Think about this. Think about this. Listen, if I was a no good, shifty character, I could be selling, I don't know, priceless jewels or whatever, and literally shipping empty boxes or throwing a rock in a box and providing a tracking number. Okay? Idiots. Listen, I didn't receive the item. I didn't receive the item. I received nothing. I sent them pictures of I actually went outside of my house, took pictures of my house, and I put home on it and sent it to them. I said, "This is my home, which is not yellow. It's not a yellow home, okay? And it's not even made out of the same structure that this house is made out." And I said, "This is the picture of the house that it was delivered. Clearly, it's not the same house. It's not the same material. It's not the same color. It's not the same house. It didn't come to me. I paid $47 and change for 2 of these holder things to put my records in, and now I'm out $47 and change. I got nothing. And you closed my case because they provided a tracking number. Okay? That tracking number was useless. It showed that it was the wrong house. It showed that this was the wrong item. I couldn't make it any clearer. But because the seller provides a tracking number, I guess we just eat it. That's what I felt. I felt like, wow, eBay, you suck. Okay, the lady on the phone made me feel comfortable and calm. Made me feel good about the situation. Okay, we can't find your item. We'll get your money back. All right, it sucks to have to buy from another seller because sometimes the money actually goes up. I got a good deal on it. That's why I bought them for, I think it was like 47 and change for 2 of them. If you go to the deal is if you go to Walmart right now and you buy one, they're like $35 or $40, whatever it is. So you get a good deal by buying them on eBay. But I was like, you give me this comfort, you give me this false hope, and then you close my case because this scumbag ripoff seller, this shyster, okay, this scam artist who's shipping little boxes to a random house that nobody seems to be able to find or identify, and right away they closed it. They didn't care about the photos I provided. They didn't care about what I said. They didn't care, and I made it very clear. I'm like, listen, I can give you a tracking number for anything. Okay, back in the day, I remember one of my first eBay purchases. I bought and I'm probably dating myself on this, but I bought a answering machine from eBay, and when I got it, it was literally an answering machine box with a rock inside. Okay, but back in the day, they were a little bit better with that. I took a picture of it, took a picture of the box, opened it up, took a picture of the box open with the rocket side. I'm like, hey, this is what I got. They were a little bit better. I don't know what the hell. So if they provide a tracking number, that's it. You're done. They close your case. They don't want nothing more to do with you. So I actually went to my credit card company and I hit them with a fraud case. I'm like, this is fraud. Okay. What I just got is I just got scammed. I just got ripped off. Okay. Here's the pictures of my home again. And here's the pictures of where it was delivered. Here's the whole tracking process from eBay. And here's the whole tracking process from UPS. You can clearly see there is no address there. My address is not there. The town is there, or the place where I live is there, but not my address. So it could be anywhere in the city. It could be anywhere in this big city. And this is a big city. And I don't know what they expect me to do. Drive around and look for, it's a yellow house. Look for an old beat up yellow house with a little tiny package in it that I know in my heart of hearts was not my stuff. Okay. I know that somebody just shipped something to a house, a random house, and took it as I just ripped that guy off. So you know what? I'm waiting though, because I still have to leave this seller feedback. But I'm waiting because right now PayPal is fighting to try to get my money back, and I provided them with all the information. I'm hoping, because I've been a PayPal and eBay loyal customer for years and years and years. I mean, I think I looked at my eBay thing, over 3,500 and something purchases on eBay from when I started collecting or I started buying from eBay. That's a lot of business. Okay, they should take care of their customers. Okay. but they didn't take care of me. I'll tell you that right now. So I went over their heads. I went to PayPal, and PayPal was like very understanding. Oh, we're gonna help you, sir. Provide us with the pictures, provide us with the information, I provided them with all the stuff. Now I'm gonna leave you guys with a standby because I don't know what the hell's gonna happen now. But I hope I can at least recover my $47.46 back. I think that's what it was. 47.46. Listen, I'm not working. $47.46 is a lot of money to me. And even when I was working, okay, I worked at a preschool. I wasn't making a lot of money. $47.46 was still a lot of money to me. But I was trying to keep my stuff safe. I trusted you, okay? Your price was right. I had communication with you. You made me feel ease. You made me feel calm. You made me feel like I was happy with the purchase. And then you screwed me because you're a scam artist that probably sends empty boxes to random houses. And listen, they got a good scam going. They got a good scam going. And eBay, shame on you for not taking care of your customers. Okay, that was a smack in the face. I hope PayPal does better because I'll tell you right now, if I ever have a problem again, I'm going right to PayPal. I will never go back to eBay again because they give you false hope. So unless they change their policies or whatever, price back guarantee. If I didn't receive nothing, why won't you give me my damn money back? I could prove to you I didn't get it. Listen, I'll invite you to my home, okay? You can come to my home, and you can walk around. You can see I don't have nothing. I got nothing. Plus, this house, listen, I am a little bit of a, what's the word I'm looking for? Not over dramatic. I'm paranoid. Paranoid is the word. This house has security cameras all around the property. I mean, it's all around the property. I can prove, I can show you footage from months and months and months ago. This thing never came. It never came, okay? I got photos of the outside of my house. It never came, okay? Yeah. I didn't get it, okay? Plus, I'm here. I'm home. I'm not working right now. I'm here to collect my mail. I collect it every day. If I don't collect it, one of my kids is here to collect it. This is ridiculous, okay? So eBay, your policy sucks, and you let me down. You let me down. Will I still keep shopping from you? Yeah, because you kind of got me there because the deals are great, and I'm not gonna judge every seller by this one seller, but am I gonna believe in eBay policy anymore and that price back guarantee, money back guarantee? No, I ain't gonna believe that no more. That was terrible. I mean, and the funny thing is when they close the account, you can't even like do anything about it. They have an appeal form. I filled out the appeal form. They were like, nope, case closed. We got the tracking number. Yeah, okay, but it's not my house. And you got tracking number, great. Where's the address? Where is my address? Where is my physical address? That's what if they would have said my physical address on there, if they would have said what my address was, I would have been, okay, I don't know what happened then. I don't know. You got the address, you got me. You got me on that one, because it says my address. But the fact that it just said the city, a town or whatever, it didn't say where I actually live. Anyway. So Jordan Dim from Philadelphia was nice enough to ship me what the hell I ordered. Okay, so let's go see what it is. So come on, Jordan, make it something good. Make it something I've been waiting for. Let's see. It's a copy of. Oh, this was a little fun mix up here. Britney Spears live Femme Fatale tour. Femme Fatale, I think I'm saying that from Femme Fatale tour. This is actually, I just upgraded because Britney only has one Blu-ray, and this is it. She did all her other stuff's on DVD. I figured I would upgrade my DVD to Blu-ray because the price is still right. And I was like, I'm a Britney Spears collector. I got everything that she ever released. Big fan. Love her music. Hey, judge me not. I listen to everything. I listen. I get some comments sometimes. You're listening to that. The big Taylor Swift thing there. Listen, I'm a big Taylor Swift fan. I'm coming out of the closet. I'm telling you guys right now that something about her music. I was in a real dark part of my life at one point, like not too long ago, where it was really, really bad. It was really, really bad, and I had actually put on one of her albums. And it made me kind of reflect back on my life. Now, you're going to think I'm completely crazy. Well, you probably think that already anyway. But listen, I don't judge anybody by what they listen to or what they like or what they wanted. I don't judge anybody. I try not to judge. Listen, we all judge people, but from like our first view is judgment. Okay, our first view is judgment. But as far as what they listen to or what they like, my son comes up to me all the time. He's listening to all this stuff, Playboy Cardi and this and all these young rapper people that aren't really like rappers. They're kind of just chanting the same thing over and over again. And I'll look at him and I'll be like, buddy, if you like it, then you like it. I'm like, I don't have to like what you like. I said, you know, when Dad used to listen to rap music back in the day, like the NWAs and the Eazy-E's and Ice T's and Ice Cubes and all those guys like that. I said the rap told a story. The rap told a story, so I enjoyed it. I listened to a lot of songs for I'm a lyric guy. I am a lyric guy. Okay, you got some people that listen to music strictly for the beat or the sound or whatever, and then you got some people that or you might get the hook stuck in your head, and then all of a sudden you're walking down the street, you got the hook stuck in your head. But I'm a lyric guy. I like to listen to the lyrics. When I was a kid, I used to lay there and I used to open up my CD case or my record album, and I would read the lyrics along with the music as I was listening to the music. And I loved the lyrics. I like to listen to what they're saying. What do these artists have to say? What's Bono talking about now? You know, that kind of stuff. But yeah, this new stuff nowadays it's just like a repetitive and I don't know what the hell they're talking about. But I told my son, I said, listen, I'm not judging you. Okay, you like these people, that's fine. And I even gave it a shot. He was a big fan of an artist called Juice World, and I bought a whole bunch of Juice World CDs to try to see if I can get on the same level as my son. I'm like, you know what? He's downloading everything. He's Spotifying. He's young. He's a Spotifyer. Okay, the generation Spotify. I'm generation CD, DVD, Blu-ray, 4K, and physical media guy. So I went and bought some of the CDs and I put it in. I'm like, he's all right. He's all right. But he's no Eazy-E. He's no Dr. Dre. He's no Snoop Dogg. He's no Ice Cube. He's no none of these. He's not even the hook wasn't there. The excitement wasn't there. It just was not my cup of tea. But if my son likes it, or you guys like it, hey, that's up to you. That's up to you. So judge me not that I care, that I like Britney Spears. Judge me not that Taylor Swift may have possibly saved my life. And as I go into the future, and I start doing some, I'm gonna do a couple. And I know somebody, one of the guys commented. He's like, I don't know how I'm going to handle you. I don't want. I'm kind of paraphrasing. Becoming a Swifter or a Swifty or okay. I'm not Swiffer. I'm not the thing that you use to clean your kitchen. You know, and it pumps the thing. I'm not a Swiffer. Okay, it's called a Swifty. Okay, and I got to tell you, it's not about Taylor Swift as an artist performer. I admire her as a businesswoman. Okay, this woman has. I'm gonna get into this a little bit deeper when I start doing some of my other videos. When I start to show you my collection, because I have gone Taylor Swift crazy. Okay, I am like a 11-year-old little girl in like what's the name of a Claire's? You know that the place that sells earrings and stuff like that. That's how I am with Taylor Swift. I'm like a 11-year-old little girl in like a candy store. Okay, I don't know what's I collected the Japan stuff, the records, the CDs. I'm collecting everything physical media of Taylor Swift, CDs, Blu-rays, DVDs, anything and everything. I am dying to see her live in concert. I told my wife, I said that's my dying wish. I want to see next time she comes around, does her tour. I want to see her live, because I'll tell you, I recently, within the last couple, right before I left my job, there's a big story behind the job, and I'm not going to get into it because I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, and I don't want to make it personal. I don't want to make any problems or whatever. So I'm just going to leave it at, just to say it didn't work out. Okay. Sometimes jobs just don't work out. Sometimes it's not a proper fit for you. Sometimes it just doesn't. You know, sometimes you're not feeling good at your job, and it eats you up inside. I don't know. It was eating me up inside. It was like one of these things where you get up every morning, and I went from being excited to not excited anymore, and I went from being not excited anymore to being physically sick, giving myself anxiety attacks. I think I got a stomach ulcer. I started coughing up blood. I started passing blood in my stool. It got really, really bad. And then I started getting extremely depressed. I felt like a failure. Okay, I was a preschool teacher for 14 years, a pre-K teacher. Sorry, pre-K teacher for 14 years. The parents loved me. The kids loved me. Everybody loved me. It was a great gig. I loved it. I loved educating children. I loved especially the pre-K children, preparing them for kindergarten, pre-K preparation for kindergarten. I love preparing for kindergarten. I love the fact that no child was left behind. I love the fact that no matter what their issue was, okay, you could have been whatever, they left knowing how to write their name. No matter what their ability or disability may have been, I took the time to make sure that they knew what they needed to know to move on to to kindergarten. And I prided myself on that. I felt proud of myself. I felt like I was accomplishing something. And then the last job I had, I was not in a pre-K setting. I was in a preschool setting. And the difference is pre-K is strictly 4, 5, and 6 year olds, and preschool setting is 2.9 up to 6 year olds. You know what I mean? So it's like you put that all together, and then you throw some disabilities in there, and you throw some, some ADHDs and some autism and some other things. It was something I could not handle on my own. I could not do it by myself, and I had to realize that. I'm very stubborn. I'm a very stubborn person. Okay, and my last supervisor, the last person I worked for, my last at the last preschool, told me that I'm stubborn to a point where he admired me. He admired my stubbornness because he's like, you stand by what you believe in. If you don't believe in it, then you're stubborn enough to give up everything without even having I don't even have a game plan half the time. This is not the first time that I've walked out of a job or left a job, whatever, without having a game plan. I don't have a follow-up job. It's just like, enough's enough. Okay, I can't take it no more. And when I'm waking up every morning shaking like a leaf and throwing up, and when my morning preparation is, let's wake up, let's shake for about 10, 15 minutes. Let's take a handful let's go throw up first. Then they'll take a handful of pills to calm you down, and then go off to the job, and then go take care of people's children. That's not good. That's not a good sign. I was mentally breaking down. So I got to tell you, my wife suggested Taylor Swift music for a reason. I have no idea why, and I was against it. I was totally against it. I'm like, I don't want to listen to that bubblegum pop stuff there. All little kids be listening to, wearing the bracelets and everything. Oh, Taylor Swift, wee, Taylor Swift. And I was against it. So for years, I never listened to any Taylor Swift stuff. I was like, you know what? I'm not into country, so that's not Taylor Swift's not my thing. I'm not into poppy stuff so much. I like Britney Spears. I like some Debbie Gibson and some Paula Abdul and stuff from back in the day, and Tina Turner. I like that kind of stuff. So I am kind of, I can't deal with some kind of poppy stuff. But Taylor was like was above my poppy pay rate. Okay, because literally the 5-year-olds would be listen to that "Shake It Off" song like 4,000 times, and I was so sick of the song. I'm so sick of this song. I don't want to hear any more Taylor Swift. I don't want to hear "Shake It Off" one more damn time. But I bought the Red album on CD, and I downloaded it onto my Sony Walkman, and I listened to it with my noise cancellation earphones one day. And this was after I was like extremely, I was so depressed. I was in the midst of a major depression. I'm telling you right now, I don't want to get into major detail about it, but it was bad. It got really, really bad. I was waking up every day physically sick. I was battling my mind and my body. It got bad. And I know you guys can relate. I know you can relate. This is one of those things where I try to be as clear and as relatable as possible. Listen, life throws you some curveballs sometimes, and you got to figure out how to respond. You know what I mean? And sometimes you got to learn how you got to respond quickly. You know what I mean? And the deal is that where I was working, I probably would have stayed forever with the kids. I probably would have stayed forever with the kids because I love the kids. I love the families. Listen, I'm a very transparent person, very honest person. If I have an issue with your kid or a problem with your kid, plus I'm dealing with a lot of young parents that are still new to this thing. They don't know what they're doing, so I'm there to help them. I'm a father of 4. I raised my children. I worked third shift at night and took care of my children during the day till 7 o'clock at night till my wife came home, slept for like 3 hours, and then went back to work, and then came home the next day and did the same thing. I was my teacher's. I was my kid's preschool teacher or my kid's pre-K teacher. I taught them how to write their name before they went to school. I taught them the alphabet, numbers, and colors. I was good at it. I bought a chalkboard. I played school with them. That was my thing. I enjoyed it. I always kind of had that teacher thing in me. I used to teach CCD classes. I do a lot of things with puppets. I do magic. I just have a gift to entertain children. And I will tell you another thing too. I was working at this preschool, and it's like I wasn't costing this lady a dime. Not a dime. Besides my paycheck, but as far as what's the stuff? What am I looking for? Like as far as things, needing things. Because the director would say, "What do you need for your projects this week? Or what do you need for this week? What are you doing this week that what do you need?" And I'd be like, "I need nothing," because a good teacher entertains while they're teaching. And you don't need a bunch of props and puzzles and garbage or whatever to teach a preschool or pre-K child their alphabet, numbers, and letters. That's what they're supposed to be there for. Learning their alphabet, numbers, letters, shapes, colors, all that stuff like that. That's what they're there for. I did not need to make a man out of popsicle sticks. I did not need to make listen, I wasn't there to make arts and crafts, okay? If I would have been given a partner, because at the old school I worked at, I had a partner that loved to do arts and crafts. So I was like, okay, well, this person loves to do the arts and crafts, so she'll take reins on the arts and crafts, and I'll take reins on the circle time and teaching. And I listen. I am not going to. I'm not trying to be prideful, but I was good at it. I was proud of it. Okay, I was proud of what I was able to accomplish with all these children, hundreds of children throughout the years, hundreds of parents I've had to deal with. 14 years, and no joke. I mean, each year I would have like 20 kids, but then on the other side in the preschool class there would be another 20 kids there. So we're talking about 40 kids per year for 14 years. I was good at it. And nobody is ever going to take that away from me. I sat there, like I said, I got really depressed. Because I was like, man, I failed these kids. I failed myself. What am I going to do now? And I got really, really, really down. I hit complete rock bottom again. Okay, and I'll tell you right now, if you are a viewer of this and you've hit rock bottom, sometimes you do it more than once. Sometimes, I've hit rock bottom the first time, and it brought me to church. I hit rock bottom again, and it got me out of another job. I hit rock bottom again, got me out of another job. But my saying is, sometimes you got to get so low. You got to hit that bottom. You got to get so low that the only thing you can do is to look up and realize that there's something better. There's something else that's going to come along. You are being taken care of. You are being handled. You're going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. Listen, the world is going to keep going, whether you're here or not. You just got to do what you can while you can. We're not promised tomorrow. We don't know if we're going to be here tomorrow. I don't know if we're going to be here for another day. So why should I put myself through another day of throwing up, getting sick, a whole routine of whatever, and going to a place where I'm not wanted? They don't want me to be there. They don't care that I'm there. It felt really, really bad, and it came at me like a floodgate all at once. So it was like, I just had multiple deaths in the family. I had multiple deaths in the family. My mental health was already being beat down. I was already seeing two therapists. And my mental health was being beat down. I just lost a beloved family member. I just lost a beloved a friend in a motorcycle accident. I did not need the stress of what was going on at the workplace. It could have been made easier for me, but it wasn't. So I was like, you know what? It's time to go. As a matter of fact, when I was given the option, you can stay or you can go, I was like, I couldn't pack my stuff fast enough to get out, and I left. So right now, this channel is what I got going on. So like, share, subscribe, share, and I want to thank you too. There's been like quite a few of you actually that I don't know where you're sharing. I don't know if you're sharing on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever you got. I don't have Snapchat. I got Instagram, and I got a YouTube and a Facebook, and they're all in the description below. But I don't have a Snapchat. But listen, I appreciate you for doing that. I appreciate you guys for sharing that stuff, because that's how I'm going to reach a broader audience. And that's what's going to help bring in the money and help pay for this channel. And maybe one day I'll be like these other people that I watch on YouTube that I don't think deserve because they don't. I put a lot of work into this channel. I put a lot of work into the recording and then editing, and then this is sometimes a 7-day-a-week thing. I mean, you might be like, oh, you make a couple of videos. A couple of videos will come out on the weekend, and then you'll throw out some random videos here and there. But you gotta understand, I'm trying to do other things. So sometimes they're hit and misses. Sometimes I'll sit there and I'll record something. I'll go do something, and I'll look at it. I'll be like, nah, this is something that they're not going to be into. This is something that they're not going to want, and I'll just delete it. The other thing is that I made some videos that are just so like over the top, like I'm mad or I'm furious or I'm having a problem or there's some kind of situation going on, and I'm like I'm gonna get in trouble for saying what came out of my mouth, so I'm gonna hurt somebody's feelings. I'll tell you right now, one thing about me and being a preschool teacher for years and years and years now, and just the life that I had growing up, with my father and mother and brother and then my school years. I've been through a lot of trauma, a lot of abuse, mentally, physically, psychologically, and I never want anybody to feel like they are less than what they are. So I analyze my videos very, very carefully before I post them. In my heart, I want to post everything that I recorded, because I figure if I recorded it, it came from the heart. So everything that I record, it should be able to be put right on YouTube, and you guys should be able to enjoy it and get whatever you're going to get out of it. But there has been some times where I have been dead set busted down, and I'm sitting here and I'm recording, and I'm like, I can't publish this. If I publish this, I'm going to either get myself in trouble, or I'm going to upset somebody, or I'm going to hurt somebody's feelings, or I'm going to get somebody. And that's listen. I don't want to hurt nobody. I'm not here to hurt anybody. I'm here to help you guys, educate you guys, try to get, maybe you can try to get the things that you want without having a lot of money, or maybe you just want to learn about stuff. I did my video not too long ago about disc rot and stuff like that, and I've done videos about the post office in different situations that I've had with the post office. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you to get the things you want. I'm trying to reason and rationalize what we purchase and how we do it. And I think I have a beautiful community here. I got to tell you, in the years that I've been doing this, I've had one negative response, and I welcomed it. I welcomed the negative response. And the funny thing is, I went back and forth with a guy he was blasting me back and forth. Went on for a couple of days, and it ended with the guy saying, "You know what? Thank you." And I was like, whoa, this is a little bit of a step back, because you just got done blasting me for like 3 days straight. And I was being kind and loving and okay, I understand. I see your point of view. I get it. This is where I stand on this. This is where you stand on this. And he actually ended it with, "I respect the fact you did not delete my comments." And I told him straight up, I said, I never delete anybody's comments. Good, bad, ugly, whatever it is. If a comment is posted and I am able to read it, if YouTube doesn't intercept and take it away because you said something political, or you said something language wise, or you said something that may have had something. There's certain words you just can't say on YouTube. There's certain words you can't say on YouTube in the comments. YouTube will just yank them. So and I noticed some of my longtime viewers, this has happened to you, and I've actually reached out to you on Instagram and responded to your answer, because I was like, I feel bad. I feel bad because you give me a follow-up question. I didn't read the first question, and then I find out it's because YouTube yanked the question. So I'll contact you on Instagram, like, what's the question? Let me answer your question for you. I want to help you. I'm here for you. And I tend to do that. Now let me make this very clear. I do not check my Instagram and my Facebook messages a lot. I get a lot of scammers. I get a lot of weird, very, very weird messages. I mean, especially, there's a lot of bots out there that are trying, I guess because I have a YouTube channel and they want to try to make money or whatever. There's a lot of scammer stuff. So sometimes I'll go weeks or sometimes even months before I check my my messages on Facebook or Instagram. But if you get lucky, I may respond right away. Anyway, I digress. Let me get going here. Yeah, so yeah, I'm not here to hurt nobody. I enjoy doing this channel. It's it's one of my joys. I mean, I like I said, I have very few joys in this life. My family's is number one, my top tier. My collection, is up there, and this channel and you guys are there. I mean, I consider you all to be my non-physical friends. Okay, let's just, like I said, it's a strange relationship we have, but you know what? I'm not going to come knocking at your door. You're not going to come knocking at my door. I'm fine with that. I'm sure you're fine with that. We can keep the communication level going, and that's good enough. I mean, it's nice. Sometimes it's therapeutic. That's why I told the therapist over and over again. Whenever I say I have a YouTube channel, they're like, well, why do you do the YouTube channel? I'm like, it's therapeutic. Okay, I'm sitting here. I'm talking to people. Actually, I have 1,577 subscribers right now. So that means 1,577 people actually cared enough to hit that subscribe button. And I hope that you're one of them. And if you're not, please do it, because I appreciate you, and you can be part of the family. To me, this is like a family. I'm not gonna abuse my family. I ain't gonna hurt your feelings. So if you have a question or something, I'm gonna do my very best to answer it in the best way I can. Get you enough research that I need to get, and I'm not gonna try to BS you. You're not gonna get no BS from me. Like I said, I'm very transparent. I say what's on my mind. But if I feel like I'm gonna hurt somebody and I recorded a video because I was like really angry that day, yeah, I'm not gonna put that up there and put everybody on blast. Next thing you know, I'm getting messages from God knows who. All right. Last thing I have here is a package from, what is it? Yeah, Amazon. Yeah, there's the smiley face of Amazon. All right. And we have two things in here. One CD box set and one Blu-ray. I will end with the Blu-ray because I know how you guys I know I got like maybe 20 70 70 80 90. No, it would be 80 80 20. I got about not too many people are big fans on the CDs. I just don't get a lot of comments on the CDs. I really wish I had more because I am a big CD fan. I enjoy buying CD. I think CD is the best form of physical media you could purchase. Records, don't get me wrong, records are beautiful if you have the space. Okay, they're big. They take up a lot of space. They're also damaged very easily. So it's I'm on the fence about that. I'm not gonna change my CD collection over to a record collection. That's not gonna happen. But I will buy my Taylor Swift records as soon as they drop every time. And Pink. I collect Pink, Taylor Swift, and Britney Spears. Pink. Okay, so this is kind of a strange little combination here. Taylor Swift, Pink, Britney Spears, Post Malone, and Cheech and Chong. Yeah. You probably ask, where does Cheech and Chong come into play? I love their records because they're just awesome. Matter of fact, their last record store, I think it's about 3 or 4 record store days prior that they had record store day, they released a 45 record of a it was a Cheech and Chong they did Santa Claus and My Old Lady, and they did I think it was the song there wow, earache in my eye, is that right? Earache in my eye. I think I might be saying it right. I could be wrong. Earache your eye. Anyway, it was shaped like a marijuana leaf, and it was a scratch and sniff. It smelled like marijuana. It was the coolest thing, and I bought that first, and then all of a sudden they released the Up in Smoke album, which came with rolling papers, a big album size rolling paper, and a bunch of other little swag things, and I was like, this is cool. And I'm a big Cheech and Chong fan. I love Cheech and Chong. They are the OGs, man. Love them, love them, love them. I saw them live. Thank God. I saw them live before they got too old or they passed or something happened. Thank God. Front row. I mean, literally, Cheech and Chong were on all fours in probably their like 60s, 70s or whatever, acting like dogs, doing their whole dog routine right in front of me. Thank my wife got me the tickets. Thank you for her. She was on point. So what I have here is the Private Dancer 40th anniversary 5 CDs and 1 Blu-ray Tina Turner collection. Yep, I love me some Tina Turner, and I have everything Tina Turner has ever released. I love her music. I love Tina Turner's music. I love her. I mean, I know she's passed. God rest her soul. But I loved her vibe. I loved her music. I loved her passion. I loved her. I thought she was amazing. I thought she was an amazing performance artist. She was just great, and actually has some of the greatest songs from my childhood that I remember. I mean, What's Love Got to Do with It, Private Dancer, and all this stuff like that. Especially from this album in particular. This is the one I was waiting for because I have. They for some reason they released these box sets in like all of her newer albums, and I was like, I'm not really a big fan of the newest stuff, but this stuff, yes, especially this album. And the Blu-ray actually comes with a Private Dancer tour live from NEC Brigham 1984. So you actually get a live tour concert Blu-ray in here. So that's gonna be kind of cool because I don't think I've even witnessed a live. She doesn't have a lot of live tour Blu-rays or DVDs released. So these cool little box sets that they're releasing now after her death, which is I always find is really sad. I mean, this stuff should have been out so she could have seen it before. You know what I mean? And could have probably added her input on this thing. You also get the CD of the concert, which is kind of cool. And you get previously unreleased and rare tracks from the albums and the singles. You get B-sides and edited extended cuts of the versions of the song, and you get a new master or digitally mastered version of the original title. Yes, so I probably maybe I'll do a tabletop unboxing if anybody cares. You comment below. Yeah, do a tabletop unboxing. The thing is I think this is box set number 4, and they're all the same size, which I think is cool. I love when they stay consistent with the size because they're easy to file. These actually fit perfectly in my CD case thing. So I love when they stay the same size with them because sometimes some of these recording artists, they release box sets and one's like a box this big, next one's this big, and then try to put them all together and you kind of like, man, that sucks. But Yeah, so that's out there. And then the last thing is what I picked up for to add to my Godzilla collection that my wife will never watch because we had a long conversation about this in the car. How she has a hard time with how the voice don't match up with the mouth, and she cannot stand when the voice cannot match up with the mouth, except for the cop from Police Academy. She said she made it very clear that when the cop goes, "Fight, fight me," she thinks that's hilarious. Okay. And I got to tell you, the guy from Police Academy, and I gave her a little knowledge. I told her, I said, and to bring back Cheech and Chong, I told her, I said, I do want to let you know that prior to Police Academy, the man who played in Police Academy was in Cheech and Chong movies. He used to be, he was doing the same thing. If you remember him in, I believe it was Up in Smoke, he was in the waiting room at the welfare office. And then he showed up again at in one of the other movies where he was still doing the sound thing and everything. But yeah, so yeah, this is Godzilla. This is the Criterion Collection Blu-ray special edition of Godzilla versus Biollante. Yes, okay, Biollante. Now, the one thing I feel stupid about this is that I just purchased this not too long ago and paid quite a bit of money for it because it was out of print on Blu-ray. And the price started dropping, and I didn't. This was my my silver tuna. I done goofed. I messed up because I did not do my research. I should have went on Amazon and typed in this movie and seen that it was getting a Criterion release before I went and spent $50 on a movie that is now got a Criterion release. I mean, so now I got the other version on Blu-ray, which everybody was hunting down and was paying between $50 to $100 for, which is now starting to drop in value because now we have a Criterion collection. I have not done a lot of research into this. I do know that I prefer my Godzilla movies to have English dubbed vocals. Is that makes English dubbed vocals? English, not subtitles. English dialogue. What the hell they call it? Wow, I'm having a total brain fart. Because you got English subtitles. 5.1 surround sound in Japanese with English subtitles. See, now this is the question. Now this is what I got to figure out now. Does this have English in it? Am I going to be able to change this over to because you could do it with the other one where I can actually hear. I don't have to read my movie. I don't like to read my movies. Listen, if I want to read, I'll get a book. I don't want to read my movies. So yeah, it doesn't say. Let me see. Subtitles, subtitle translation, new English subtitle translation. Yeah. You know that this is the tricky thing with it doesn't even say it on the front. The tricky thing with Criterion in Godzilla. Now I own the big Godzilla box set that came in like a big book, and it's beautiful. The art on it's beautiful. It's a beautiful box set. I love the box set. I'm not going to complain about the box set. The one thing I have a little gripe about is that 2 or 3 of the movies are strictly in just Japanese, and they were released with English dubs, English voiceovers, over the characters, and I prefer to watch it like that. But the die-hard Godzilla collector wants the original the way that it was originally made. Obviously, I'm not that die-hard Godzilla collector because I want to just enjoy the movie. I don't want to read the movie in Japanese, and I mean, I really don't care if it changes the tone of the movie. Example, Godzilla 1, which is just called Godzilla. I guess it was Ghidorah or whatever it was. It was two different names. One was the Japanese name. One was the American name. American name was Godzilla, and I think the Japanese name was Ghidorah. And I ended up buying the DVD box set only because it came with the English version and the Japanese version. Yeah, I don't want to read my movies. But this is the Criterion Collection. Will I open it up and try it? I'm probably going to watch some YouTubers do some unboxings and some reviews before I unbox it and attempt to watch it, because I have that one over there that has the English on it. So, sounds like it's in there. Nothing's moving around, and guaranteed there's a book. Because it's the Criterion Collection. And you buy it at the Barnes & Noble. Or you order it on Amazon, and you get in with Tina Turner. And with that said, my friends, thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate you each and every day. I do. Listen, even you that comments all the time and says stuff that makes me question my life. No, I'm only kidding. I don't have anybody. Actually, I love the comments. I love when you guys comment. You know what I mean? It's like, listen, everybody needs somebody. Everybody needs somebody. Sometimes you just need somebody to talk to. Sometimes you just need somebody to relate to. Sometimes you just need to say something. You ain't hurting me. Okay, comment below, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you later.
You should have saved me some.